In this lecture, we're going to be setting up a LUN to be able to attach it to an ESXi host. That's our goal. So first things first, we have our open filer. We've logged into it. We've set it up ready. And now we click on, so we have status, system, volumes, cluster, quota, shares, service, and accounts. So you can click on services. And then we're going to click on iSCSI target, and we're going to click enable, modify boot, right? And then we're going to start it. You may be asking yourself, what does iSCSI stand for? Why are we doing this, right? Well, as you can read, it stands for the Internet Small Computer System Interface. And the purpose we're doing it is so we can actually set up a LUN. So LUN is different than a CIFS share, in that a LUN is like a logical, it's kind of logical unit number. And our purpose is to set it up to where we can have multiple ESXi hosts right to that LUN versus just a share drive. Think of a LUN as a shared hard disk or a shared data store, a shared repository that you can save your VMs to. That's what a LUN is. So after that, next thing we do is click on System tab and then scroll down a little bit. We're going to define the network access. In our case, we've already done it. Well, let's just delete it and do it again. Too easy. So we're going to name it, same thing, LUN network share, or network host, excuse me, is 172.16.30.0. That's our network, and our subnet mask is a 24, so that's 255.225.250. And our type is a share, so I'm going to update that. So now we see that we have our network access configuration. The name is LUN. Okay, now the next thing to do is to click on volume. So we're going to kind of probably going left to right, or left to right, So we're clicking on volumes, and we're going to create a new physical volume. So when we set this up, we set up, I believe, the 250 gig or something like that. So we're going to create a new physical volume. So we have you have two disks, right? So the one that, this is the OS. This is Dev SDA. That's the actual hard drive the open filer OS sits on. The other one is Dev SDB. That's actually what we want to do. So that one has nothing on it. There's no partitions, anything like that. We're going to click on the edit disk, the second one there. Okay. So we have the partitions, right? We have all this space. So I'm going to create a primary partition. So I'm going to leave it a primary. I'm going to do the physical volume, change the partition type to physical volume. The starting cylinder is going to say 1, and the ending cylinder is going to stay the same. And we're going to click on create. As you can see, we've created a partition. It's a little shorter or smaller because, of course, it didn't take all of it, but that's normal. Actually, 190 gig out of 200 gig. That's normal. We're left with some extra partitions. That's normal. Okay, now that's done. We're going to click on manage volumes on the right here. So we're going to call this the group name. We'll call it let's see, let's call it VM LUN. How about that? VM LUN. That's good. Click what you want to select to add, VM LUN, and then click add volume group. Excellent. So you have a new volume group that you've created. That's great. So now, after we've created the volume group, we're going to click on add volume. Okay. So select volume group, right? We're actually going to create an volume, right? So add a volume. So volume name. Let's call this volume name. So, volume name. We'll give it a name called fancy name. I'll leave the volume description blank. We use all of our space there, required space. So we've called our fancy name, right? Okay. Volume description, required space. We changed our file system to block and click create. Scroll a little bit and you'll see we have a volume group name, and the volume name is fancy name. Okay, so the next thing to do is to create an iSCSI target. The right hand side here, you click on iSCSI targets. You can change these actual values if you wanted to, right? You could change it to that 108. You could change this to, let's say, fancy name, right? Or use open filer if you want. And then you can change this to say like LUN. Doesn't matter really. You can do anything you want. So IQN dot, whatever you want, -01, right? Or not. You can do that too. And fancy name, okay. Okay, click add. So you just created a iSCSI target. You can scroll down a little bit here and you can change some of the things if you desire. Some of the, I'm going to leave it blank, leave it default. It is comes default, so I'm going to leave it default on those settings. Okay, next thing is so you got target configuration done. Next thing click on is LUN mapping. Okay, you don't have any LUN maps as target. So on the right here, under map LUN, we're going to click on, yeah, that's fine, block IO, sure, map. And you're going to see something pop up here. Yeah, great, fantastic. You're going to see LUN ID, logical unit number is what that is. LUN path, read-write mode, write through, serial number, SCSI ID, transfer mode. After that, we click on the network ACL, which stands for access control list, and then change it from deny to allow. Remember that one we said earlier? We created a LUN name, right? Network host. We're going to click it to allow or access allow. Click update. Okay, so that's done. Next thing you do is we can click on update, top right hand side here, if you have internet on your open filer, right? Okay. So the next thing we'll do is we will reboot it. So we're going to click on shutdown and we're going to reboot the filer. Okay, looks like the open filer is back online. We click on services. Yep, iSCSI is good. Okay, so let's log into one of the ESXi hosts. Okay, fantastic. So we're on the ESXi host. So let's also log into our vCenter. Okay, 30, right? Yep, 30. That's our vCenter server, is .30. Okay, so logged into our vCenter. And this is 6.7, by the way. It looks a little different than 6.5. Give you a little real estate here. So, of course, there are vCenter servers expired, license inventory, right? Of course, we know that. Okay, so we are going to add the iSCSI LUN to each ESXi host, right? So these are our three hosts on the left here. You got 31, 32, 33. So click on 31, let's say, right? Under, okay, we're at storage adapter, not storage device, storage adapter. You click on, so under configuration, we're going to go to storage adapter. We're going to click on the add software adapter, or yeah, add software adapter, right? So we're going to click on add software iSCSI adapter, click OK. Okay, that's completed. When you do that, you're going to have something that looks like this. The iSCSI adapter right there. This one, iSCSI software adapter. That one right there. So we're going to select the iSCSI software adapter. Click on Properties. If you have a smaller screen, let me actually close this out. Maybe I can give you more real estate so you can see it. Yeah. So Properties, then actually click on Dynamic Discovery, right? And then click Add. So you're going to add the IP address of your iSCSI, what was it? I-250, I think it was. Yeah, .250. Okay, inherent authentication for parent. Click OK. Port number is 3260. Leave that default. Okay, rescan of. Okay, so we do here. So I got to rescan it, I guess. So click on this storage. So this one with the little yellow sign here. We'll click on. So it says rescan of VHBA 65. Okay, we'll rescan storage. Okay, we'll rescan for new storage, rescan for new VMFS volumes. Okay. Now if you click on devices, oh, actually paths, right? You see this here. You see the iSCSI target set to fancy name, right? And all that. So it's active. That's good. So that's in 31. So let's do the same thing for 32, 32, and 33. And I'm going to do actions. So I'm at the data store doing actions. I'm going to do storage. I'm going to go new data store. So actually, this is going to be VFMS, so disk LUN. And I'm going to select, this is going to be just open filer, right? In general, open filer. Next, VMS 6. We use all the partition. Block size is important, by the way. So we can't, so we're going to leave it at 1 meg and click next and finish. They're shared between the three. So there's no need to actually add them because they're already added. So that's awesome. So now you see the data stores, you see the open filer, we have our own data store that's shared between 3 ESXi hosts. Now we're ready to stand up a VM, create a VM, do whatever. Yeah, so thanks for viewing this tutorial.